Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Homestead. So I have a question for you. How many of you have little boxes of Jiffy Cornbread mix in your pantry? Don't worry, I'll wait. Go ahead and go check. I'm just kidding. But I typically will always have like one or two of these in my pantry at all times. Mainly because it makes really good cornbread muffins, especially like at this time of year we're having lots of chilies and soups. Oh, it's so good. But there are times that I just get a little bit bored with plain old Jiffy cornbread mix. So this week I thought it would be fun to share with you 2 dinner recipes that we can make with this little box right here. For this first recipe, we are making a barbecue pulled pork cornbread casserole. It's kind of a mouthful, but it sounds absolutely delicious. Now, I did cheat a little bit, and I went ahead and already got like pre-made barbecue pulled pork that you can just get at the grocery store. If you don't want to do that route, I actually thought about making like a pork roast in the crock pot so that way I would have leftovers and everything, but I just didn't really have time to do that, or it wasn't really in the budget this week. So I just went ahead and got the pre-made, but if you want to do that in the crock pot, go for it. I just went ahead and preheated my oven to 400 degrees. So in a mixing bowl, isn't the mixing bowl so cute? It says mix it up. So that's what we're going to do. I have 1 box of Jiffy Cornbread mix. Go ahead and put that in there. I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of milk. We're going to add in 2 eggs. And these are our fresh eggs from our chickens that I actually went and got today. So they are super fresh. All right. You're going to need 1 can of cream style corn. Just pour in that whole entire can. And then we need about 1/2 cup to a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And that is it for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this very well incorporated together. We need a 9x13 baking dish. You can go ahead and spray the bottom of this. I'm just going to get some butter and kind of put on there. We just want to make sure it's well coated so that way our cornbread doesn't stick to the bottom. And I'm using this baking dish mainly because the colors of it make me think of fall. And I don't know about y'all, but we are having crazy weather here in Arkansas. Last weekend, Tyler and I went camping, and the first night we were there, it got to like 36 degrees at night, so it was really cold. But it got pretty warm during the day, and then this week has been so warm. I think we've had record high temperatures this week. I mean, it's been like 79, 80 degrees. Absolutely crazy. Alright, but once you grease your 9x13 baking dish, you're just going to take that mixture we just made, pour it right in the bottom. Got to scrape out all that good stuff. You don't want to leave any of that behind. Okay. Just going to kind of make that even all the way across so that way it cooks evenly. Perfect. Now we're going to take this, put it in our 400 degree oven and bake it for about 20 minutes. Hi, baby. Hey, Maggie. What are you doing? Oh, she has an itch. Oh, now she's lazy. Oh, see, I've been playing outside. I'm tired. Maggie. Maggie. Hey. So one of Tyler's favorite things in the whole entire world are sugar cookies. And so we bought some of these like Pillsbury sugar cookie mixes, and I thought, well, it was his idea. But while the first part of our dinner is cooking in the oven, I thought we'd go ahead and mix up some sugar cookies, so that way when dinner is done we can pop these in, and then these will be ready for dessert. My timer just went off, so I need to take our cornbread out of the oven. Ooh, it already looks and smells delicious. There we go. Perfect. Now, for your barbecue pulled pork, if you were making your own, you can go ahead and mix it up with your favorite barbecue sauce. Like I said, I'm cheating a little bit. And I just got some of this Lloyd's barbecue. It's already, like right here, it's in a little bowl. I just warmed it up a little bit so it would be easier to kind of spread around. But like I said, if I had enough time, I probably would have made my own, because it would probably be even better. But I'm going to go ahead and put this entire container on top of our cornbread. Okay, this does smell good though. I don't know if I've ever had this brand before, but it does smell good. All right. Maggie is at my feet chewing on my apron. No, don't do that. Just gonna try and get this mixed all around. I think this is gonna be really yummy. This is probably like comfort food to the max right here. All right. And then lastly, we're gonna top it with more shredded cheddar cheese. Just as much as you want. I'm probably gonna go ahead and use the rest of this that I shredded up earlier today. Just a little bit more. And then once you get all your cheese on, we're going to put it back in the oven for another 20 minutes, and then we will be ready to eat. These babies are best friends. Look at that girl. She is cuddling Mosey. Mosey, do you love her? Oh, you are so sweet. Y'all, we like this one. It is full of good flavor. It would probably be even better if you had like your own barbecue, but that store-bought barbecue is pretty good. It has really good flavor. I did go ahead and add some more barbecue sauce on top, but very simple ingredients and absolutely delicious. Hey y'all, and welcome back for our second recipe using Jiffy Cornbread mix. Now, I have been in this kitchen all afternoon. I have been making some homemade salsa and some homemade rotel from the tomatoes in our garden this year. When the summer hit, I just didn't have a lot of time to preserve it at that moment, so I've just been putting it in the freezer, and I finally had some time this weekend to preserve some of that up. So as you can see on my stove, I have my water bath canner. It has a load in it right now, and then I still have some more cans that are waiting to go. But it is dinner time, so I wanted to get started on dinner. We're getting pretty hungry. We are making a chicken tamale cornbread casserole. It sounds delicious. Now, I've been cracking up because when I reread the recipe today, or actually like read through the whole thing. Now, a little something about me. When I'm looking for a new recipe, I look at like the title, I look at the picture, and then I always look at the ingredients that are in that recipe. And mainly the reason I do that is to try and find recipes that I already have a lot of the ingredients here at the house, so I don't have to have a huge budget to make different recipes. And that's what I did this time. I just looked at ingredients for both of these recipes. And then today when I was reading through like the step-by-step instructions, this recipe is nearly identical when it comes to the steps of how to make this recipe. But, I mean, it's completely different flavors. You know, like the last night we had the barbecue pork, and then this one is going to be more of like a Mexican style chicken tamale. It's going to be delicious. I know it. I love tamales. I love Mexican food. I love chicken. I think it's going to be really good. So let's go ahead and get this dinner going. This first part is going to be pretty much identical to the last recipe. We're going to take our box of Jiffy Cornbread mix. We're going to put it in a mixing bowl. To that, we're going to add in 1 can of cream style sweet corn. Add in 2 eggs. Half a cup of milk. In the original recipe, it called for some chili powder and cumin. And I have both of those, but I thought what would make it just a little bit even better is to just go ahead and add in some taco seasoning, because all those things are in taco seasoning anyway, and then I feel like this will just get just a little bit of extra. Y'all, I cannot believe this, but I almost forgot. You need to add in some shredded cheddar cheese to your cornbread mixture as well. So we're going to get that well mixed together, and then once this is mixed together, I'm going to get my 9x13 baking dish out. You want to go ahead and grease your 9x13 baking dish, and then I'm just going to pour all of this right in there. Get out as much as I can, and then just kind of get that a little even along the whole dish. Alright, and now I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees, and we're going to bake this portion for about 20 minutes. I just pulled my cornbread out of the oven. It's been 20 minutes. So now here in this bowl I have some cooked chicken. I just cooked this on the stovetop while the cornbread was cooking. But if you want to make this an even easier recipe, you could just use some shredded rotisserie chicken. Either way is perfectly fine. To our chicken, I put it in this mixing bowl. We're going to add in 1 can of red enchilada sauce. Just pour it right in. Let's give it a little mixy mix. That way we can get every piece of chicken coated with that enchilada sauce. It smells so good. I love red enchilada sauce. It always smells so good. Alright, and then once you get that coated, we're just going to pour it right on top of that cornbread. I'm going to spread it out evenly. And then on top of our chicken, we're going to take some more shredded cheddar cheese. But see how this is like very, very, very similar to the way we cooked the barbecue pork, but completely different flavors. So even though they're still kind of the same style of recipe, they're completely different flavors. But they're probably both going to be delicious. Alright, and now we're going to pop this back in the oven for about another 20 minutes. Y'all, we have another winner on this plate. It is so good. The flavors are perfect, and we're just gonna pair ours with some of my homemade salsa that I made today and some chips. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me in the kitchen this week. It was really fun coming up with some new recipes to make with Jiffy Cornbread mix. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you try these recipes. Tag me over on Instagram. I would love to see that, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.